Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Alongside Jamie Lentz, I'm Chois Woodman, Jeff McGuire across the way. This is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. Colo Raider on the chat line, Jamie, says, was at the Rockies game last Friday, and my brother-in-law said batting percentage. Immediately thought of Clint. Is your brother-in-law a baseball guy? Or a baseball fan? Was it just a slip-up, or he didn't know? Astros are good and Rangers are getting better, so glad to see both my teams doing well. Going to watch them play each other in September. I can't go home mad no matter which one wins. You should go to the game like Rob Lowe style and just wear a Major League Baseball logo hat.
It's got to be Texas Major League Baseball, though.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah, Major League Baseball hat and just a shirt that says Texas on it.
It could say Texas. Or you
well, because that kind of says Rangers.
Yeah, it would...
has a state of Texas on it.
How about it just says, I hope both teams have fun.
Everyone has fun.
It's fine that people... There's some people that are like that. I can't wrap my head around having or being a fan of two teams specifically when they're rivals with each other. But I get it. Some people like that, and good for you. And you have less chance of getting hurt that way, or more chance of joy, depending which way you're looking at it. Reveille had an eye removed due to glaucoma. Will wear an eye patch like a pirate. So she's finally coming around to the Mike Leach theory that a pirate can beat a soldier.
I would guess the Aggies are not a fan of that. Hate it for the dog.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Glaucoma. Didn't know that was a thing in dogs. Hard to learn.
But good to hear that it still can survive and all that good stuff.
Hey, Jamie, speaking of the Jared Washburn in the last segment, where did the two Washburn boys end up after leaving Tech?
I don't think Jack pitched. I could be wrong. And I think Owen is at Wichita State.
He is currently shown to be on the 26 baseball roster for Wichita State. There you go.
Yeah.
Jack, he didn't go
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
Yeah,
He just kind of shut it down. He was struggling with arm issues at the end of his that 1 year with Texas Tech after he had missed a full season. So
yeah,
I think he kind of shut it down.
There you go. Speaking of, if you go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com, you find that Texas Tech has added another player, a two-way player. Jamie, fill us in on this guy, because this is a little different than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's an interesting... it's an interesting, somewhat prospect here for the Red Raiders. His name is, I have no idea.
You can do it.
Hyun Han. Okay, he hails from Korea. Has played a couple of seasons at New Mexico Military Institute, and then also last year at Los Medinas Junior College.
New Mexico Military's in Hobbs, right? Do I have that correct?
Yeah. Not sure.
Okay.
So he's played a couple years of JUCO ball. Middle infielder, slick fielder. But everything that you would expect out of a Japanese or Korean player as far as his swing. Goes the opposite way a lot. Not a lot of power with this guy, but he is a slap hitter. He's got the high finish, bad ball hitter.
I love
pitches
some
that
Korean
are
baseball for that.
pitches that are
it's fun
just
to watch.
off the plate or down low or whatever, is slapping them all over the place, okay? Which is just fun to me. I mean, when you see him at the plate, I'm not trying to compare him to saying he's as good as Ichiro, but like his style of swing reminds you of Ichiro. Last year hit over 400, can play short or second. But the intriguing thing about him is that he also has been a pitcher and had some success, not just a pitcher, but a submarine-style pitcher. So like a side armor, which is also kind of fun. And this summer he's been pitching in the California Collegiate League and just pitching really well in 7 appearances, 13 in the third innings. He's given up only 7 hits, 13 Ks, and a 0.67 ERA. My guess is this is a guy that would be used as a 1 inning at a time guy because he gives you a different look. But a really good fielder, short and second, hits for average, on base percentage, all that at the junior college level. And with the roster limitations that you have now, having two-way players becomes a little bit more important. Yeah. And it feels like this guy can be a depth piece in the middle infield, whether he's starting or, he's a backup, whatever. He's got good speed as well. And he can be a bullpen arm for you. So I think that's a valuable guy, and I think it's an interesting pickup for the Red Raiders. I'm excited to see all of it.
It's not something, which, by the way, I was wrong. New Mexico Military is in Roswell. New Mexico JC is in Hobbs. It'll be very interesting because you don't see Korean players in college baseball hardly at all. I mean, it's just this is a different route. A lot of them.
Yeah, that's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
And partly because they can come over here and play at the at the college level, and now I wonder if even the potential of them making NIL money has something to do with it as well.
It could, but I think a lot of reasons you haven't seen it in the past for Korean or Japanese players, and even international Caribbean players. You don't see it that much because teams can just go get them when it comes to the international money in Major League Baseball, instead of being drafted. They don't have to go through the whole draft process. So it's interesting, and this is unlike anything we've really seen at Texas Tech. So I'm very excited to see what it looks like. This is the Morning Drive. Get to this day in sports history up next on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
You're listening to the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 alongside Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman. Jeff McGuire across the way, and he brings us this day in sports history.
This is a first for Choice here.
Oh?
Yeah. Because you get to hear about the official marathon runner of the Morning Drive.
Oh, man. Tell me. I've heard it.
Rhymes with...
Okay, this I got to hear.
Rhymes with Blavo Hermy.
Blavo Hermy.
No, it does rhyme. That's very well done.
Blavo Hermy.
1931, Pavo Nurmi runs a world record in the 2-mile, 8 minutes, 59.6 seconds.
I wonder how many of our listeners could have gotten that. I bet you there are people in the
Oh, there's absolutely
cars.
People yelling at the radio trying to get me to say it.
Get it right.
Well, especially listeners at this time if they hear this day in sports history.
Well, I've heard it before. I've heard the official marathon runner of the Morning Drive. Brain's not working this early.
2 miles in under 9 minutes. I mean, there's a reason his nickname's the Flying Finn.
Yikes.
1958, Ted Williams is fined $250.
What? That's a nice guy.
He was spitting at Boston fans again.
That's the home team fans.
Yeah.
To make, he's generally got a really good reputation, right? Ted Williams.
There was
to make a nice
here.
guy, that's got to be the worst fan base ever.
I mean, he hit 400. He fought in the war for us. I mean, it seems like his fan base would be good to him.
You would think.
He was great. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
Boston fans, Red Sox fans, and Eagles fans, right there, all belong together.
Maybe just Northeasterners.
Could be it. Yeah, it's possible.
1978, Major League Baseball Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose ties the National League hitting streak of 37 games.
37.
1992, Fay Vincent reinstates Yankees owner George Steinbrenner. He would have to wait until March 1st of 1993 to be reinstated. And in 2017, former Red Raider Josh Tomlin pitches for Cleveland, 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 Ks in a 6-2 win over Cincinnati.
Go Tomlin.
Where'd he go to high school, Choice?
White House.
It's like the only high school you should mention if it's not Friendship or Cooper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or I guess one of the Lubbock ISD
Like
schools.
the second most famous.
I was about to say,
White
he
House.
probably used to be the most famous White House alum.
Second most famous White House Red Raider ever, right?
Probably second most famous
Yeah,
White
behind-
House pitcher ever.
I was going to say behind Ann Lent.
That's it.
It is National Tequila Day. I finally found one I don't just hate. And that's about as far as I can go.
Tequila, okay.
Yeah. I am not normally a fan.
Yeah. Throw in a margarita and we're good.
I am not normally a fan.
Okay.
Happy birthday, former Red Raider wide receiver Eric Ward, 35.
That kind of makes me feel old. Not calling Eric old, it just because he's about the same age as me and he's already 35, so it's like, whew. He's over there coaching at Escado right now.
Killing it.
Jennifer Lopez, 56. Brandy Irwin is 27. She's the daughter of Steve.
Yes.
Kristen Chenoweth, 57. Barry Bond, 61. Carl Malone, 62. And Kyle Kuzma is 30.
Kuzma. He's an Aggie, right?
No clue.
Okay. Good talk.
And on this day in 1969, Apollo 11, the U.S. spacecraft that had taken the first astronauts to the surface of the moon, safely returns to Earth. The American efforts to send astronauts to the moon had its origins in a famous appeal by President John F. Kennedy made at the special joint session of Congress on May 25th, 1961.
I therefore ask the Congress, above and beyond the increases I have earlier requested for space activities, to provide the funds which are needed to meet the following national goals. First, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
And he was right on all accounts. And that is this day in sports history.
There we are.
I now have an idea. I have a clue. Utah. Not Texas A&M for Kyle Kuzma.
Kuzma. Who am I thinking of?
Middleton?
No. I do remember Chris Middleton there. Oh, Caruso. Alex Caruso. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So, we're going to go back to the moon in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah?
You excited about
Allegedly.
that? I believe it. The Artemis missions is what they're calling them. Some sort of Greek connection, right, between Artemis and Apollo. I think one was sun god, one was moon god. Anyway, 2027. Supposed to go back to the moon, baby.
It's exciting.
I think they're supposed to do a flyby next year, 2026. I don't think that's the same thing as a drive-by, though. So, I learned something. I found it's probably not like that big of a deal, but I found it interesting for Major League Baseball players, Jamie. Did you know, I think after 8 years of service in Major League Baseball, MLB players get a gold card? Have you heard of this?
No.
Have you heard of this, Jeff? You get a gold card after 8 years of MLB service.
Is that when you can collect retirement? Like you get it, and then that's when your retirement can...
No, that's kind of what I would have thought. But this gold card has your name on it, and these MLB players can take it up to, like, basically, it's not going to matter until you retire for most of these guys. You take it up to any box office at any MLB stadium, and they're supposed to give you the 2 best available tickets to any game, anywhere. You walk up, they give you the best 2 tickets in the house, and you get into games for life for free. Again,
That's pretty cool.
Not a huge deal. I mean, they're MLB players, but kind of a cool thing. I just learned about that. Who was it that was talking about it? Someone asked. It was someone asking Christian Yelich on a podcast about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I just got mine," because he's been in the league 8 years now, and so they can just walk up to any box office, show the gold card. I mean, surely there's people that don't know about it, right? Like work in the box office. Do they have some?
I'll bet the box office. I'll bet there's something on the card itself that explains what it is and who to contact.
Yeah, probably so. But
and if the team is handing them out, I imagine that the stadium personnel are aware of it.
Yeah, probably so.
10 years, you say?
8.
You have to 8 years. You have to play 8 years. Okay?
And then you get into any MLB game for life.
Man, I just came up 8 years short.
Darn it, Jamie.
Dang it.
But kind of
This
cool.
is just on the active roster, right? This isn't like starters.
I don't know the details. Yeah, I think it's active roster, but I don't know. Maybe if you've just been in a season 8 years, I don't know if you have to complete 8 full years or how that works. But Yelich just said it was 8 years of service. So it's a pretty cool little deal. There's your conversation starter, just for you, Jamie.
That seems fair, though. I mean, if you've played that many years in the big.
Oh yeah, I think that's.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good deal. It is the morning drive. Talk some college football up next on Double T 97.3.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
3 mobile app. Y'all continue to chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. A few people guessing at who was on that first coach fired list. The coach at Maryland, someone asked. He is on there at... same as Mike Gundy, tied for 7th at 12-1. Another one asked, what about the... Viva73 says, where's the Mule Shoe Flash on this list of getting fired at USC? He goes off at 20-1 odds. Oh, make that 16-1 odds. Pardon. So that's tied for 13th. USC qualifies as one of those teams you mentioned. 7-6, I believe, last year. So... not performing up to expectations. Can't think he's got a whole lot longer if it doesn't get better significantly at USC. But I don't know. They're in the Big Ten now. That has nothing to do with it. So the top 10, Brent Brennan, Brent Venables, Brent Pry of Virginia Tech, Sam Pittman of Arkansas, Hugh Freeze, Scott Satterfield of Cincinnati, Billy Napier of Florida, Mike Gundy of Oklahoma State, Mike Loxley of Maryland, and then Justin Wilcox of California. We saw him in a bowl game a couple of years ago, and Mike Norvell of Florida State. The Florida State thing is just nuts how they've gone. They were undefeated 2 years ago, pining to get into the college football playoff, and then have just an abysmal season last year.
Right.
So weird. So weird. Jamie, do you know the 4th coach on this list? Sorry, the 4th Big 12 coach on this list? Who do you think that would be?
Surely it's not Aranda, right?
It is not Aranda. Aranda is 6th. It's actually a tie for 4th on the Big 12 at 33-1 odds. Two different Big 12 coaches there. I feel like the first three, you're pretty clear cut on who would be the most likely to be fired. And the odds reflect it. But fourth, who's that next guy on the list, or next two guys, according to this?
We already talked about Satterfield.
We got Satterfield knocked off. We've got Brennan and Mike Gundy, which I think are the three ones that you legitimately could see gone after this year. I don't think these
so
are the two.
I'm going to go with one
real.
of the two best buddies, Dion or Joey McGuire.
You got half of it right.
Okay. Which one?
Joey McGuire and Sonny Dykes are the two.
Sonny Dykes.
Those are both at 33-1 odds, which is pretty distant, but not impossible. I feel like you'd be lighting your money on fire there, really, for either one. But I mean, we talked about it. It would take a colossal collapse for Joey McGuire to get fired. I know there are high expectations, but I mean, you can fall short of those expectations and not be close to getting fired too this year. It may put pressure on for the following year.
Yeah, I don't even know what the scenario is. The momentum you have moving in one direction,
Yeah.
Joey McGuire is a huge part of that.
Yes.
For you to say we're going to pivot and go with a different head coach, there's no, you don't, the momentum just doesn't keep coming.
Correct.
Yeah, that what would it take? I mean,
At
even
minimum,
if you had first off, I mean, it's hard to imagine this roster, just looking at the roster on paper, being worse than 6-6 or 5-7, and I don't think 5-7 gets Joey McGuire fired.
I think that's the minimum mark, and what does it look like there?
Yeah.
It
feels like it would have to be like 2 or 3 wins or something, and I don't know how even what would have to transpire to make that happen.
33-1 odds seems a little high, to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you're close to it. They had Aranda, as you mentioned, at 6th on this list, going off at 40-1 to be the first Power 5 coach fired. Next, Jamie, at 7th is Lance Leipold at 50-1, along with Rich Rodriguez and Willie Fritz. Rich Rod hasn't even coached
That's why
an ounce at West Virginia, and he's
I feel like
there.
The list could just stop after guys that have no chance of being fired.
I think so, but you can keep going. Chris Kleiman's 80-1, pretty deep, and then you go. It's got every coach on here. BYU's Kalani Sitake, Kenny Dillingham, not the lowest, at 100-1. The lowest 2 coaches on this list in the Big 12, 125-1, Kyle Whittingham and Matt Campbell.
Who's gambling on this? Who's gambling on? I'm going to put money down that Kenny Dillingham is going to be fired. It
does seem like kind of a sicko operation there. Like I want to bet on someone's job security.
No, I get if you're a gambler and you want to bet on Brent Brennan, but when you're gambling on 14, 15, and 16 likelihood, like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Even Joey McGuire, that you said was tied for 6th. What did you tell me?
Tied for 4th.
4th. Yeah, it seems so incredibly unlikely.
It seems very
Why
off
would
base.
you be gambling on that?
I guess you could just, say, I'm taking a flyer out on this, that this coach is going to get in trouble off the field, because that's probably the fastest way to get fired if you're not one of those.
Well, okay, that's a different story, but I don't know.
One of those coaches. That's what I'm saying.
Who's
if you go
gambling
beyond,
on that unless you know about his mistress or something?
It's true.
And I don't even think having a mistress gets you fired. So
no, just wrecking your motorcycle with your mistress does.
You have to hire her to be your mistress, right?
Yeah.
The Arkansas thing was that he got her hired.
Right. Right.
He probably wouldn't have lost his job
No, I think you're right.
had he not hired her.
Yeah. Where is he right now?
Back to Louisville, isn't he?
Is he the Louisville coach?
I thought he was back there.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Arkansas.
No. Oh, he's the offensive coordinator at Arkansas. He returned there. That's where it was.
That's right. Yeah.
Jeff Brom is the Louisville
coach. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I whiffed on that.
No, I had forgotten that Jeff
I knew he was
Brom's
back
there.
to somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Back to the chat line. Morning, gentlemen. Red Raider Charlie here.
And so all of that happened at Arkansas.
Yes.
right?
Yes, it did. And then they hired him again.
And they hired him back.
He's not the head man.
Yes, but still.
Yeah.
Man, when are we ever going to... When is...
I don't think Chuck was far off base. I think that's the first time I've said that.
Is there just no...
I don't
holding
think
people accountable and the morals that come with, winning football games is not everything.
I don't think Chuck was far off base saying that, Louisville could hire Patino back at some point. And he did some pretty bad things there. Hiring off prostitutes for his players or future players. All right, more from you on the Yates Flooring Center chat line after Jamie's question of the day, which is coming up next on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay. Today we are comparing Red Raider football and Red Raider men's basketball. My question for you today is, compared to where they finished and what they did last season,
Okay.
who has the better chance to make a bigger jump
Oh, man.
this year?
Are you talking about postseason finish or Big 12? Because it's got to be football. It has to be, because basketball, you finish second in this conference, and that would be an excellent finish again if you finish second in this conference.
No doubt.
Because right now you've got 2 top 10 preseason teams. Some have Houston number 1 overall. A lot of people have BYU 5 or 6 nationally. Tech is looked at as a top 10 team by some. So if you finish second in this league, that'd be great. And the only place you can go further up
Is to win it.
is to win it, or even postseason wise, is to get to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that won't happen. I just think football has a better chance at a leap. You finished in a tie for 5th. Tie for 5th last year. 6-3, because there were 4 teams at 7-2. I have that correct.
All right, Jeff?
Pretty certain.
Do you guys believe that as you go up, it gets exponentially harder to get someplace?
We were just talking about mountain climbing during the break, so I'll say yes.
Like as it gets higher, you're bringing more with you to get up that hill. Basketball,
Air's thinner, yeah.
it's harder to go from 2 to 1 in the Big 12. It is harder to go from Elite 8, Final 4, National Championship game.
Yeah.
And I think those are possible. So because of the difficulty in improving and the chance that I think they could, I will say basketball.
So you don't think that football could?
I don't think football's playing for a national championship this year. I think Tech basketball could.
Okay. Maybe I misunderstood the question.
No,
I don't think you did.
think either one of you answered it the way you wanted. That's fine.
Okay.
No, that's good. I kind of had in my mind the thought of at the end of the year. Maybe I should have worded it differently. But no, I thought both your answers are good. At the end of the year, who are we going to think of as, like, man, they had the best year? Like,
Okay.
it was, okay, that's what we're going to remember the season for, or the year for, right? I still think, I think to answer my question, football is my answer because there's more room to go up. Men's basketball, but I do feel like men's basketball, I am definitely not using the term underperformed or whatever, but man, they let one get away that
Sure they did.
could have got them to the Final Four. And it feels like they're capable of that again. So I do think they're capable of taking a step that is going to make us think, oh, this year was way better than last year. Okay? And that may be just winning that one Elite Eight game. I don't know. But I think football, because of missing out, not being in the Big 12 championship game, and obviously not getting in the college football playoff, I think those are real life possibilities for this team. So I think football has the better chance to make the big jump. Again, part of that is where basketball is already so high, you can only jump up so much higher than you already were. But it is just stupid crazy to me to think that we're sitting here, and obviously we're Tech fans and all that good stuff, so we're partial. We understand that. But, like, it's not crazy talk to think that a season we could be setting towards a school year where you could play in the college football playoff and in the Final Four.
Yes. The two most important sports, monetary and just people's care, where people invest their emotions the most, you could legitimately be at the apex of both sports. And that's a crazy thought.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you today I think they're going to win the national championship or anything like that. But to think that football could get to the Big 12 championship game and win that and get the automatic bid into the college football playoff, it's not crazy. It's not crazy with the roster that you have put together.
No, and I think...
And then basketball, we know what they've continued to do with their roster. So, yeah, it's...
I think the way you worded it the second time around of who do we look back at and say you had the better season or you had... I think if football does win a Big 12 championship, even if... I mean, that gets you into the college football playoff. Even if you got to the same territory, same thing as last year in basketball, or say you even won a Big 12 championship in basketball, football, because you've never done it before, I think would still get the view of it's like wow, we're in new territory and we've been spoiled in basketball.
If you get to the college football playoff, you can win a national championship in track this year. You can win a national championship in softball this year.
For sure.
Those things are absolutely could happen. People are going to remember football playoff, our first time to make the playoff. That's just the way it is.
They will. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the cloud
that doesn't mean they'll forget those other things. They'll be super excited about those other things too. But football is, we're in Texas and football's football.
I mean, if this season goes how you've invested in it in the offseason, if this year, this academic year for Texas Tech athletics goes the way that is hoped, this should be your best athletic year ever. Should be. And, I mean, you're coming off of maybe your best or second best ever last year, but, I mean, you go into the softball season, is it crazy to say that fans are expecting a national championship next year?
I don't think it is, because that's kind of where I am.
I think that's where the expectations are. Expecting a national championship, which is unreal expectations most of the time. But with this roster,
it's not now.
I don't think it's unreal. It's crazy. But, I mean, we're talking about some serious talent on your football and basketball rosters that could make some serious noise. It is the Morning Drive. Bringing some headlines with the Boom 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 next on Double T 97.3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
On we go to hour number 3. Happy Thursday, everyone. This is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3. Double T 97.3 mobile app, doubleTSportsNetwork.com. Fox 34 News Now. Yours on television. Lots of other ways to listen and watch. Appreciate you making us part of your Thursday. Jamie Lent sits to my right. I'm Chois Woodman. Jeff McGuire across the way handling us once again today. You can keep the thoughts rolling in. Plenty of you have on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that Double T 97.3 mobile app. You can take that app anywhere with you, even listening if you're out in Christmas, Michigan. It's Lloydstown, apparently.
Okay.
We are, just peek behind the curtain, we are watching a replay of the 2004 Slam Dunk Contest College Edition.
That Andre Emmett won.
Andre Emmett won this one. Well, you spoiled it. People were going to go back and watch themselves.
Sorry.
This Pittsburgh dude just took his jersey off to dunk it.
Tossed the ball in the air, took his jersey off, then went and alley-oop dunked it off the bounce.
Yeah. Dre just threw one off the shot clock and dunked it. So we got that replay going on right now. All right, Jamie, I'm going to shift your attention. Or I can't shift your attention. I'm going to attempt to have you shift your attention to Texas Tech football. Okay? I can't tell you what to do. You're a grown man. Texas Tech football, and particularly, I want you to focus in, hone in on the roster right now. Not you don't have to pull it up and have individuals, but I've done this the last few years, where I ask the question of, we go through each position group, and we'll start with the offense here. And it's you feel better, worse, or the same about the position group than you did exiting last year.
Okay.
Okay, going into 2025, I want you to tell me if you feel better, worse, or the same about each position group. So we'll start off with the quarterback position.
Compared to where we were exiting the season?
Yeah.
I'm going to say I feel better because we knew that Barron was having surgery. We knew. Did he already have it by then? Yeah, I think he did, maybe. I don't know.
I think he had it prior to the bowl game. Either way, it's, yeah.
Yeah, we knew it was coming, and
but we didn't have the positive reports from it yet.
We didn't know how he would be coming back, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that we feel good about his progress. Everything that has been reported has been that it is on track and that he's doing great. And so I'm going to say I feel better.
Okay. Jeff?
Same. Because we knew what we were getting into at the end of the last season. I had faith that he would be coming back from this surgery and being okay. I think he has come back from the surgery and is okay. I feel the same as I felt last year about the position group. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I feel the same.
Yeah, I think I feel better, but not significantly better. It's not like a huge leap, but I think it's the same reasons as Jamie. You've got the health of Baron Morton that seems to be good. I mean, he went to the Manning Passing Academy and threw, he said, what did he tell us? Over 100 passes a day at that thing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's throwing a ton there, and then his arm's not falling off, so that's a good thing. And then you've got another year under the belt of Will Hammond, and
who got some experience.
He got some experience, and he is thick now. He's a big kid, which usually happens from your freshman to sophomore year. So
sure.
I think you've got just the position group as a whole I feel better about. Next up, wide receiver. Better, worse, or the same than exiting last season?
I think better. Obviously, Josh Kelly, to lose him was... I mean, as he moves on, expiring eligibility, you knew that you would take a little bit of a blow there because he was really, really good for you last season. But I think the additions that you've made, and then compiling what you've done in the past with both Douglas and Coy Aiken, feels like this wide receiving core could be even better than last year.
Yeah. Jeffrey?
Better. I think you've got some more talent on your offensive line, on your wide receiver and core. I think the added benefit of Baron Morton being healthy, also going into the season for what we're expecting, is going to help those guys out as well. And while they all missed time during the spring, they all missed time in the spring, so they will all be working together as much as possible for the fall, getting ready for the season.
Yeah, I'm with you two guys. Better.
I actually think your slipped comment of the offensive line being better actually works here, because it should help the wide receivers stretch the field a little bit more that maybe you weren't able to do last year.
Ought to, yeah. Maybe less side-to-side game for you, and let them stretch it out, because you should definitely have speed in the receiving core. All right, let's go offensive line next.
I think I feel better. Yeah, I mean, we
not
spent
as confident there, but yeah,
we spent a lot of money there, right? We should be better.
Should feel better.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna assume that I feel better.
I assume we'll see how I feel tomorrow.
I mean, I do feel better. Just again, you've spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Surely it was well spent.
Yeah, even if you missed on one guy, surely some of the others are.
Same.
I get it. I get
and
it.
I didn't feel great at the end of the year.
I feel...
I also didn't feel horrible at the end of the year either.
No, I think what your offensive line did last year is you did well against lesser teams, and when you faced the good ones, it showed bad. Mm-hmm. I feel better for the same reasons as Jamie, just because you should feel better, because you're supposed to. But well, we'll get to a couple more offensive positions, get to the defensive ones coming up next. Better, worse, or the same when you're looking at position groups exiting last year and heading into this 2025 season.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.